All right, we appear to be on. It's just adjusting that a little bit. We have no comments yet, but hello, Ziggy. Ziggy is here. Hi,
Hello,
George.
Ziggy.
Hi, George and Lynn. Greetings again from Germany.
Great to see you.
Excellent, yes.
Welcome to our extravaganza.
Yes, and Tom Jerry is here. Lovely minor key.
Tom Jerry.
Gerri.
Well, it's nice to see you, Tom.
Yes, and we have Pinkie Pie, George and Lynn.
Hello, Pinkie. Good to see you.
And Philippa is here.
Hey, Philippa.
Hi, guys.
My goodness.
And let's see. And Lara Hardin. Laura.
Hello, Laura.
There you are. She said, yes, we are here.
We can never quite be on time.
I know.
I had this whole thing set up, and something always happens. But
Debbie
that's just
Lane.
us.
Debbie
Hello,
Lane.
Debbie.
Good day and happy shamrocks.
Indeed.
Oh.
We're going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with you today
Yes.
with some nice stout and some wild Irish rose wine in Lynn's
Yes.
cup over there.
Yes.
And the topic or the title is Mostly Irish. And
Yes.
what that means is the songs are all about Irish things, but some of them weren't really written or performed by true Irish like folk groups. We're going to hear a lot of Irish Rovers and Clancy Brothers and some Dennis Day and a lot of things. We're going to have a good time.
Good time, yes. Fun.
So,
And Deborah Lane, or Lynn, I'm sorry, Brace McGinnis is here.
hello, Debbie. Wow, we got quite a crowd today.
Yes, and a waving hand and a wink face and this would be an avatar. I can't always remember that word.
Okay.
But it's nice, yes, very good one.
All
Good
right.
to have you. Welcome.
Great to have everybody. We'll
Yes.
get started here. This song has been done by a lot of people, but Dennis Day, an Irish tenor who was famous on the old Jack Benny program, had a hit with it. It's called Clancy Lord the Boom. Clancy was a peaceful man, if you know what I mean. The cops picked up the pieces after Clancy left the scene. He never looked for trouble, that's a fact you can assume. But nevertheless, when trouble would press, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom, 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 boom. O'Leary was a fighting man, we all knew he was tough. He strutted around the neighborhood just shooting off his guff. He picked a fight with Clancy, then and there he sealed his doom. Before you could shout, O'Leary, look out! Clancy lowered the boom! Oh, that Clancy! Oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom, 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 Clancy left the barber shop with tonic on his hair. He walked into the pool room and he met O'Reilly there. O'Reilly says, for goodness sakes, now do I smell perfume? Before you could stack your cue in the rack, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom. Boom, 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 boom. Mulrooney walked into the bar and ordered up a round. He left his drink to telephone and Clancy drank it down. Mulrooney said, who drunk me drink? I'll lay him in his tone. Before you could pat the top of your hat, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom. Boom, 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 boom. O'Hallahan delivered ice to Mrs. Clancy's flat. He'd always linger for a while and talk of this and that. One day he kissed her just as Clancy walked into the room. Before you could say the time of the day, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom. Boom, 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 boom. The neighborhood turned out for Kate O'Brien's wedding night. Murphy says, let's have some fun, I think I'll start a fight. He wrecked the hall and kissed the bride and pulverized the groom. Before you could fling your arm in a sling, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom. Oh, that Clancy, oh, that Clancy. Whenever they got his Irish up, Clancy lowered the boom.
Whoa.
Don't mess with Clancy.
No, good old
By
Clancy.
golly, you don't want to do that.
No. Flippa said, oh, God, a wild Irish rose wine is almost as bad as blackjack and mad dog. Well.
I know, but, you know, once in a while.
Yeah. And
It's hard to get. We had a hell of a time finding it down here, so the world is going along with you.
yes. Deborah said it was cold in Columbus area for the Dublin St. Patrick's Day parade. I didn't go. Hope you're staying warm.
It's pretty warm down here. We actually are having a very nice early spring, late winter,
goodness,
early
yes.
spring day. I think the temperature is going to get up to about 60 and go down into the mid-30s tonight. So
Yeah, we're kind of up and down on the temperatures. We've got beautiful flowers everywhere.
yeah.
Looking forward to more. And Philippa said, we got several inches of snow. I'm hibernating.
Aw.
I heard you were going to get hit, you guys,
Wow.
out there in New York. Well, I thought they were saying something about a blizzard, but I don't know. You never know until it's actually, well,
Well, up where Philippa is, they get lots and
you
lots
guys
of
get
snow.
lots of snow.
Yeah.
And Flip said, look for blackjack. Orange wine, 21% alcohol. Preacher's favorite. No, thank you.
Really? I thought he was an MD 2020 guy.
Yeah. Laura said, it's raining here.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Okay.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Wild Irish Rose, don't know who wrote this. It's probably in the public domain by now. I think Al Jolson first recorded it, and these are his. This is his lyrics set. If you listen, I'll sing you a sweet little song of a flower that's now drooped and dead. Yet dearer to me, yes, than all of its mates, though each holds aloft its proud head. 'Twas given to me by a girl that I know. Since we've met, faith, I've had no repose. She is dearer by far than the world's brightest star, and I call her my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. They may sing of their roses, which by other names would smell just as sweetly, they say. But I know that my rose would never consent to have that sweet name taken away. Her glances are shy whene'er I pass by the bower where my true love grows. And my one wish has been someday I might win the heart of my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Got a few comments.
Oh, good.
Flip said preferred blackjack when he could get it. Mad Dog is only 20%.
Well, that's
Bumped my
true.
microphone, so I hope I didn't change it. Anyway, Ziggy, whoops, I had another comment. Ziggy scrolled up there. Come back, come back. Okay, sorry, I'm moving down a little bit. Sorry about this. Okay, Ziggy said, I hear you in stereo. George to the right, Lynn and the Autoharp to the left. Great sound.
Thank you, Ziggy. We worked hard to get that done.
Yes. And Stan Johnson is here.
Hello, Stan and Sandy.
Yes, he says, hello, George and Lynn. A beautiful day in Northwest Ohio. Thanks for getting us ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day when everyone is Irish.
Not at all. Glad to do it.
One, I have stood not. Okay, these get away. I think I missed one here. Hang on.
While you're looking. Yeah, Ziggy, we have a new microphone for the Autoharp. We're using a Shure SM57, and we're using the pickup on the Autoharp.
I got it back when you get a minute.
Go ahead.
And he finished by saying, wow, naming all those old wines sure brings back memories.
Yeah, me too. Not necessarily good ones.
And Ziggy says, your singing is so wonderful, George.
Thank you, Ziggy.
And Tom Jerry, are you using bare fingers, nails to pick, or attached surrounding double-sided finger picks? And then, whoops, scrolled up again. Hang on. Boy. This just, it's a little hard to run this.
That's all right.
As I go up and then I shoot straight up and have to come back down. I just went
While
too
she's
far.
looking, when you find it, let me know. I'm using brass finger picks. They are Alaska metal finger picks with what they call an open design, and I'm wearing them over my nails because for many, many years I played with just bare nails, Tom. I can't really do that anymore. As I get older, my nails become a little more brittle. And I've been looking around for the ultimate finger pick.
Yes.
And so far, these are it.
He added that it's beautiful voice and phrasing.
Thank you.
And Bay Allen is here.
Hey, Bay!
And he said, Wild Irish Rose. I've sung that one.
Yes, indeed.
And moving down, let's see. I have Ginny Lee Berger is here.
Hello, Ginny.
And she said, hi, George and Lynn. I'm hibernating too. Flip had to wake me up. Duvaz, I'm sorry, I can't read where it said that. And you, Cat, was, I don't know what that means, but that's okay. Pinkie Pie, have you visited Ireland, George? Ah, your voice sounds so gentle and kind.
Thank you, Pinky. No, I haven't. I've never been out of the U.S.
And she says the microphones are excellent. So
yeah, I'm very
I
very happy
believe
with
that's what
this.
we've got here. I don't.
And I'm one channel is plugged in. This harp has a built-in pickup, so I'm using it in one channel and the mic in the other. And I expect it'll sound even better next time because I just haven't had this gear very long and haven't had a chance to work with it.
Tom said, where did you find the pics and can you show a close-up? And
I don't know how.
And Flip said, Ginny's having posting probs. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I figured something was amiss there.
Lynn, could you like direct?
If you can hold your hand, let me see. Whoops, I hit my own microphone. And turn your palm down. That's about as close unless you want to lean forward a little bit. I can't.
Can you see him, Tom?
That's better. Ginny said, sorry, I somehow clicked on comment, but that might be there. Cat wasn't helping as she was, sleeping at my end of the bed.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the name of the cat. I think.
All right.
If she has, is that a cat?
I hope you were able to see those, Tom. You can order them from Amazon. They also have plastic wands that go over the nail, but you have to have a little bit of nail for a little flange to catch under. And I used those for, almost 2 years. But the problem I had is that they're thick, and I like to pick. And that's hard to do with thick picks.
Yeah. Tom said yes, meaning he did.
He could see them.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I will try to find some.
Yeah, they're on Amazon. Just look for Alaska picks, and then they have, like, say, plastic and metal, and these are the open design. They stay put really well, and so far they're my favorite picks. I haven't used them very long. Okay, let's see if we can play some music here.
To put this up a little. Let's catch it. Okay.
This was written by a whole bunch of people. See if I can. Alan Doyle, Bob Hallett, Daryl Power, and Sean McCann. The group that did it was Great Big Sea. So this is another Irish-like song, but Great Big Sea people are Newfies.
Newfoundland.
And it's called The Night Pat Murphy Died. Oh, the night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't got sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. O'Leary came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and a shame, and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. As Mrs. Murphy sat in the corner pouring out her grief, Kelly and his gang came tearing down the street. They went into an empty room and a bottle of whiskey stole. They put the bottle with the cork to keep that whiskey cold. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. About 2 o'clock in the morning, after emptying the jug, Doyle rolls up the icebox lid to see poor Patty's mug. They stopped the clock so Mrs. Murphy couldn't tell the time. And at 2:15, we argued it was 9. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. They stopped the hearse on George Street outside Sundance Saloon. They all went in at 8:30 and staggered out at noon. They went up to the graveyard so holy and sublime. Found out when they got there they'd left the corpse behind. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Oh, the night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. O'Leary came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and a shame, and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died.
Hey, Ziggy has a comment of importance. I see the empty pickup jack on your Autoharp.
Oh, that's important.
Yes,
I
forgot
haven't used it very long. That's why the Autoharp's only in one channel. This will make it even better, folks.
This is...
I'm just not used to it yet.
Yeah, and I'm not either, because
Thank you, Ziggy.
I didn't
Thank you
pick
so
up
much.
on that.
Would have been the whole show.
Yes.
This will add a lot to things, I believe.
We didn't pick up on
I didn't pick up on the pickup.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, Pinky said a manicurist does acrylic nails for my friend's picking fingers. They last a long time as he loves them. Maybe not thin enough for you, though.
I don't know. I've had people with varying results with those. And the other problem that I've got down here in Alabama is that nobody seems to want to put nails on a man. They don't take me seriously. I call for appointments and they think I'm calling for Lynn. And then I get there and they're like, oh, yeah,
Only one hand? That was another thing.
Right, only one hand.
I don't know that they want to make money.
And
Whatever.
but I've been to 3 nail salons around here, and none of them really want to treat me.
Maybe we just haven't found the right one.
So I just said to heck with it. I'll use finger picks, but I do need nails. That I've noticed. My daughter Amber wears nails, and they are thick. And to do what I do, and you just had a small sample of that, you'll get some later. Mm-hmm. I want to play arpeggios. Like that, and with thick nails, you just can't do those things.
Bay said, great song. I love the Great Big Sea.
Who is that?
This is Bay Allen.
Oh, Bay, yeah.
Great song. I love the Great Big Sea version. Yours is great, too. And then Pinky said,
Thanks,
what is
Bay.
the song key for Pat Murphy, George?
G. You can play it in any key you want.
And then she responded, gee whiz, to what you were saying about the nails
Okay.
having an issue there.
Yeah, I play it in G. You can play it in whatever key is easiest for you to sing. I use, G, C, D. It's just, G, C. Never forget. So the 4 chords are G, C, A7, and D7. Those are the only chords it uses. And you can transpose that to any key you want. All right. This one is called 7 Drunken Nights. I'd hoped that Hillary and Pat and some of those people could have joined us, but apparently they're elsewhere.
Or maybe just late sometimes.
Yeah. This song has 7 verses. This song has 7 verses, but living in fear of the Facebook police like I am, I'm only going to do 5 of them. It's a traditional song, and all kinds of people have done it. Oh, as I came home on Monday night, as drunk as I could be, I saw a horse outside the door where my old horse should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that horse outside the door where my horse should be? Ah, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Still you cannot see that's just a lovely sow that my mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but a saddle on a sow sure I never saw before. And as I came home on Tuesday night, as drunk could be, I saw a coat behind the door where my old coat should be. So I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that coat behind the door where my old coat should be? Ah, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Still you cannot see that's a woolen blanket that my mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but buttons in a blanket sure I never saw before. And as I came home on Wednesday night, as drunk could be, I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be? Ah, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Still you cannot see this lovely tin whistle that me mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but tobacco in a tin whistle sure I never saw before. And as I came home on Thursday night, as drunk could be, I saw 2 boots beneath the bed where my old boots should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns them boots beneath the bed where my old boots should be? Ah, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Still you cannot see They're two lovely geranium pots my mother sent to me. Well, I've traveled, it's many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but laces in geranium pots sure I never saw before. And as I came home on Friday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head upon the bed where my old head should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that head upon the bed where my old head should be? Ah, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Still you cannot see that's a baby boy that my mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I traveled 100 miles or more, but a baby boy with whiskers on sure I never saw before.
Yes.
And it gets worse after that.
There. Okay, Kurt Gleason. That's where we
Hey,
were.
Kurt!
Kurt is here.
Great
And
to see you, sir.
He says, hi, kids. Sorry to be late. And
Better late than never. Welcome to our home.
yes. And Bay said, good one. And laughing, crying eyes face.
Thank you, Bay.
And then Ziggy says, I have acrylic reinforcements on my right-hand thumb and 3 fingers for more than 25 years. And George knows how this sounds on my Autoharp.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, and then he has a YouTube link. Everyone can hear my strengthened nails with the acrylic coating. There's a YouTube to go listen to Ziggy.
Oh, yeah. Ziggy has a YouTube channel,
Oh, my
y'all.
goodness,
And
yes.
he plays very interesting music.
Beautiful.
A lot of
Absolutely
which
beautiful.
I've heard and a lot of which I haven't.
Yes.
But he has a really unique style. And if you want to hear some really good auto harp, look for Ziggy Harpdust's YouTube channel. I don't know if that link is to that channel or...
It's to videos. It's to his videos. YouTube.com/@ZiggyHarpDust/videos. I can't...
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's his channel.
Yes.
That's his channel. Okay.
And Pat Byrne is here.
Hello, Pat. Top of the evening
George
to
and
you.
your wife. And let's see.
Great to have an Irishman with us today.
Yes,
since
he
we're
says, how are you doing?
we're
You both?
we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day early with everybody
he says,
today.
great to see you guys, and a big thumbs up. Good to have you.
Great to see you, Pat.
Now, I think I have yet another. Then he says, great song, The Dubliners, and then great Irish ballads, and Bay says, it's a good one. And Catherine McKinty. Hello there.
Catherine.
Hi. Welcome, everybody.
She's a relatively new
Yes.
Facebook friend.
Yes.
Who
Welcome.
is trying to figure things out with her auto harp and develop her own playing style and all. And from what I hear,
Wonderful.
she's making really good progress.
Wonderful.
So you'll probably be hearing from her at some point.
Hey.
Okay. Here's an old standard. Pardon me. Going to play this in the key of G. This was written in 1850 by Ken Casey, Matthew Edward Kelly, and Rick Barton in 1850. Artists, everybody. It's called Finnegan's Wake. Tim Finnegan lived in. Tim Finnegan lived in Walker's. Let me see if I can. Tim Finnegan. I'll find it, folks. Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd. He had a brogue both rich and sweet, but to rise in the world he carried a heart. You see, Tim had a sort of a tippling way. With the love of the liquor he was born. To help him on with his work each day, he'd a drop of the crater every morn. Oh, walk, pull the doll, now dance to your partner. Round the floor your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. One morning Tim was rather full. His head fell heavy, which made him shake. He fell from a ladder and he broke his skull, and they carried him home, his corpse to wait. They rolled him up in a nice clean sheet. They laid him out upon the bed, with a barrel porter at his feet and a gallon of whiskey at his head. Whack, pull it out, now dance to your partner. Round the floor your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First she brought in tea and cake, then pipes, tobacco, and whiskey punch. Then the widow alone began to cry. Such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Tim O'Byrne, why did you die? Will you hold your gob, said Molly McGee. Ho, whack, pull the doll, now dance to your partner. Round the floor your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Maggie O'Connor took up the job. Biddy, says she, you're wrong, I'm sure. Biddy gave her a belt in the gob and left her sprawling on the floor. Then the war it soon engaged. 'Twas woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage, and a row and a ruction soon began. Ho, whack, pull it all, now dance to your partner. Round the floor your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Mickey Maloney raised his head when a nugget of whiskey flew at him. It missed him landing on the bed. The liquor scattered over Tim. Tim revives, see how he rises. Timothy rising from the bed, saying, "Hey, risky round like blazes, thunder and Jesus, did you think I'm dead?" Ho, whack, pull it all, now dance to your partner. Round the floor your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Yeah.
Catherine said, "I sure hope so." I believe in response to your saying that she will be.
Yeah, well, you'll get there. You will. I struggled. I thought I was the only person in creation that played the Autoharp.
I know.
I didn't even know there was an Autoharp community until 2018.
Right.
And I've been playing since 1974 or 5.
Yes.
So,
Ziggy said, "Thanks for the praise. George is undeserved as it is."
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
False modesty does not become you.
No. And Stan said, "There's a little country store on 460 in Waverly, Virginia that sells Boone's Farm, MD 2020, and Wild Irish Rose, like taking a trip back in time."
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Boone's Farm is now down to like 3%.
Is it really?
Yeah, we looked at it one day. You happened to mention it.
Was that the one?
Yeah, that's the one you read. Oh, wow, man, it's been a long time since I got drunk on Boone's Farm. Let's buy. Oh, it's only 3%.
Longer time before you're going to have to drink a lot of that.
No, I'm going to buy one just for the heck of it.
Oh, man.
These days. Not today.
They made apple wine. I remember the
they used to have apple. They don't have that anymore. Strawberry Hill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, Amber said sharing worked. And,
thanks, Amber.
Me and Jenna loving the show.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, say hello to Amber Harris, my daughter, and her friend Jenna Wilk, who are listening to us while they're working at the Arab, Alabama Public Library. And I'm glad you all could join us for our St. Patrick's Day celebration. Yes. All right. This next one is Molly Malone. And, a million people wrote these. All kind of people claim to write it. Luke Kelly, John Edmund Sheehan, Barney McKenna, and James Leroy McCann.
My goodness. This is one of my favorites.
For those of you who would like to play along, I'm playing it in F. In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before, and they both wheeled their barrows through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. But her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Ziggy said, ah, harmonies, beautiful, and exclamation point and a heart.
Well, thank you, Ziggy.
Thank you, Ziggy.
And thank you for joining in with me.
Oh, I had to.
Always appreciate that.
Thank you. I love that song.
Yeah. It is a good one. Okay. This song, the next one we're going to do is The Rising of the Moon. It's traditional. I'm doing the Dubliners version of it. Well, I'll get it right in a minute. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, vocal, hush, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get ye ready quick and soon, for the pipes must be together at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. For the pipes must be together at the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One more word for single token, whistle out the Martian tune, with your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, with your pike upon your shoulder, at the rising of the moon. Out from many a mud-walled cabin, eyes were watching through the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the blessed warning light. Murmurs rang along the valleys to the banshee's lonely croon, and 1,000 blades were flashing by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And 1,000 blades were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along that singing river, that black mass of men were seen, high above their shining weapons, through their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, whistle out the marching tune. And hurrah, me boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And hurrah, me boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. Well, they fought for poor old Ireland, and full bitter was their fate. But the glorious pride and sorrow fills the name of 98. Thank God the hearts are beating, each man bears a burning wound. We will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. We will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, Buckle, hush, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get ye ready quick and soon, for the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Pinky said, "Ah, that was so pretty, cockles and mussels."
Oh, thank you, Pinky.
She said, "I tried to play along with you on a xylophone. Thanks for giving me the song key, George."
Oh, no problem.
Smile face. And Kurt said, if I can get that, "I love the harmony. Y'all should do more."
Well, the problem that we'd love to do more, but our schedules just don't allow us to practice much.
No,
And
but
harmony
we're going to do more of it.
Harmony can really go off the rails if you haven't gone over it at least once or twice. You know, it's,
He said, Molly Malone scared my little sister. Rebel songs. Sweet to Kurt O'Gleason. And then Pat said, "Now you have it." And Pinky said, "Irish ballads," with a grin face. "Ah, 'twould tink ya of the Irish in your bones, George." And 2 smile faces.
I am of mixed ancestry where we wonder how we all got together, but I'm Scots Irish.
Yeah.
We were McCoy, and then my mother's kin had a last name of Rush. So I'm a half breed, I guess.
But the Irish is there.
That's right.
Irish.
I love doing this stuff. I'd never done a St. Patrick's Day or Irish thing before, and I made up my mind I wanted to do it, and I have learned 18 songs in like 2 weeks since I decided to do this. Lynn hasn't seen much of me.
Well, that's true.
And sometimes I'm not in the best of moods, but
no, but I love this because I am Newfoundlander, half Newfoundlander.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of Irish in the
Irish
Newfies,
and the
you
Welsh
bet.
and the
Yeah.
But yes, Newfoundland. That's one of the reasons I love Great Big Sea.
Yeah,
Those are my people.
There.
Well, not my only people, because my other side of the family is more
German.
to the German side. But
This next song is usually done a cappella, but the melody is complicated enough that I need some chords to kind of help me with it. It's called The Humors of Whiskey, and it's traditional. Colmar McGinnis is the person that I heard sing it, and his version is what I'm going to do here. Let your quacks and newspapers be cutting their capers about curing the vapors, the scratch and the gout, with their medical potions, their serums and lotions, upholding their notions, they're mighty put out. Who can tell the true physic to all that's pathetic, and pinch to the devil cramps, colic, and gout? And you'll know it, I think, if you'll take a big drink with your mouth to the brink of a jug of poteen. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, what botheration, no dose in the nation can give consolation like poteen, me boys. No liquid cosmetic to lovers athletic or bodies pathetic can give such a bloom as a sweet by the powers in the garden of flowers ever gave their own bowers such a darling perfume. And this liquid so rare, if you only will share, to be taken your hair when it's grizzled and dead. Oh, the sod has the merit to yield a true spirit, so strong it'll shake all the hairs from your head. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, since its perfection, no doctor's direction can cleanse the complexion like poteen, me boys. While a child in me cradle, me nurse with her ladle was filling my mouth with a notion of pop, when a drop from her bottle fell into my throttle, I stumbled and capered clean out of her lap. On the floor I lay crawling and screaming and bawling, till me mother and father were called to the fore. All sobbing and sighing, they feared I was dying, but soon found that I was just crying for more. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh Lord, how they'd chuckle if babes in their truckle they only could suckle on poteen, me boys. Through my youthful aggression to times of oppression, me childhood's impressions still cling to me mind. And at school or at college, the basis of knowledge I never could gulp till with whiskey combined. And as older I'm growing, times are bestowing on Aaron's potation a flavor so fine. And the way they may lecture on Job and his nectar itself is the only true liquid divine. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh Lord, it's the right thing for carting and fighting, and now so exciting as poteen, me boys. Come guess me this riddle, what beats fifes and fiddles, what's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle, what's clearer than crystal, what's sweeter than honey and stronger than steam? What'll make the lame walk, what'll make the dumb talk? The elixir of life and philosopher's stone. And what helped Mr. Brunel to build the Thames Tunnel Oh, wasn't it poteen from old Molasho? So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh Lord, it's no wonder if lightning and thunder were made from the plunder of poteen, me boys. You maidens pathetic, with lovers athletic, for liquid cosmetic you can't beat the drop. With a glows to your cheek, it'll make your heart leap. It'll quiet a stallion and cure an old cob. At the mouth you would drool, be reduced to a fool. You'd kick up your heels and you'd peel to the buff. Then he'd be pathetic while you'd be athletic, if only you'd take a few drops of the stuff. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. For there's nothing like whiskey to make maidens frisky. It soon separates all the men from the boys.
Pinky said, would you be doing whiskey in the jar for us today?
I sure will last just in a couple of songs now.
There you go. And Kurt says, I know this one from Andy M. Stewart. Love the synonyms for whiskey. Poteen, the crater, the sort itself.
Yeah.
And then he said, the stuff. I don't know that verse. And love
If
it.
only you'd take a few drops of the stuff.
Yeah, and then he said, love it.
Yeah, Andy, I would play his music, but he has such a thick Irish accent that I can't understand what he's saying. So I can't really get the lyrics. Dan turned me on to him, and I would have included him, but he just. Boy, you gotta be of the old sod to understand Andy. That's all there is to that. Okay, let me see what we have next.
We're at 2 p.m. And Kurt said, "Oh, Andy a Scot."
Oh, he's a Scot.
Yeah, and
Pinky, no wonder I couldn't understand.
Yeah. And Pinky said, George and Lynn, this last hour has been the best of my whole 2023. Thank you so much for being so kind, humorous, informative, and talented.
Well, thank you, Pinky.
You have induced a relaxed mode in me this morning. Oh, that's
well, I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm glad you came by.
Oh, yes.
Stick around if you can, and if not, happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
My tongue gets tangled up in my eye teeth, and I can't see what I'm saying anymore. I'll tell you what. It's hell getting old. This song was written by a guy named Johnny Burke in the 1920s, and was recorded by Burl Ives, and it's called Killigrew's Soiree. You may talk of Clare and Nolan's Ball or anything you choose, but it couldn't hold a snuff box to the spree at Killigrew's. If you want your eyeballs straightened, just come out next week with me, and you'll have to wear your glasses at the Killigrew Soiree. There was birch rind, tar, twine, cherry rind and turpentine, cherry wine and turpentine, jowls and cavalances, ginger beer and tea, pig's feet, cat's meat, dumplings boiled in a sheet, dandelion and cracky's teeth at Killigrew Soiree. Oh, I borrowed Clooney's beaver as I squared my yards to sail, and a swallowtail from Hogan that was foxy on the tail. Billy Cuddihy's old working pants and Patsy Nolan's shoes, and an old white vest from Fogarty to sport at Killigrews. There was Dan, Millie, Joe, Lily, Tan, and Mrs. Tilly, dancing like a little filly, 'twould raise your heart to see. Jim, Brian, Din, Ryan, Flipper, Smith, and Caroline, I tell you boys, we had a time at Killigrew soiree. Oh, when I arrived at Betsy Snooks that night at 8:30, the place was blocked with carriages, stood waiting at the gate. With Clooney's funnel on me pate, the first words Betsy said, "Here comes a local preacher with a pulpit on his head." There was Bill Muse, Dan Hughes, Wilson Taft and Teddy Roos, while Brian, he sat in the blues, looking hard at me. Jim Fling, Tom King, Johnson champion of the ring, and all the boxers I could bring at Killigrew soiree. The Saratoga Lancers first, Miss Betsy kindly said. Sure, I danced with Nancy Cronin and her granny on the head. And Hogan danced with Betsy. Oh, you should have seen his shoes as he lashed old muskets from the rack that night at Killigrews. There was boiled guineas, cold guineas, bullocks' heads and little winnies, and everything to catch the pennies, you'd break your sides to see. Boiled duff, cold duff, apple jam was in the cuff. I tell you boys, we had enough at Killigrew soiree. Crooked Flavin struck the fiddler, and a hand I then took in. You should see George Clooney's beaver, his flattened to the brim. And Hogan's coat was like a vest, the tails were gone, you see. Says I, the devil haul ya in your Killigrew soiree.
Wow. And Tom said, let's see, George.
Jerry, yeah.
George and Lynn, thanks for sharing the love. You are an encouragement to many. A wink, a tip, and a sip to you.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you very much, sir. Keep playing.
Yes.
The next song is called Queer Bungle Ray, and I don't know who wrote it. I'm doing the Dubliners version of it. It's in F. Now Jack was a sailor who roamed on the town, and she was a damsel who skipped up and down. Says a damsel to Jack as she passed him by, would you care for to purchase some queer bungle rye, ruddy rye? Fall the diddle die, ruddy rye, ruddy rye. Thought Jack to himself, now what can this be but the finest of whiskey from far Germany, smuggled up in a basket and sold on the sly, and the name that it goes by is Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Fall the diddle die, ruddy rye, ruddy rye. Jack gave her a pound, and he thought nothing strange. Hold the basket, young man, while I run for your change. Jack peeped in the basket, and a baby did spy. I'll be damned, did he cry, this is Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Fall the diddle die, ruddy rye, ruddy rye. Now to get the child christened was Jack's first intent, for to get the child christened to the parson he went. Says the parson to Jack, what will ye go by? I'll be damned, did he cry, call him Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Fall-a-diddle-die-ruddy-rye, ruddy-rye. Said the parson to Jack, that's a mighty queer name. I'll be damned did he cry, it's a queer way he came. Snuggled up in a basket and sold on the sly, and the name that he'll go by is Quarbungle-rye, ruddy-rye. Fall-a-diddle-die, ruddy-rye, ruddy-rye. Now all you young sailors who roam on the town, beware of those damsels who skip up and down. Take a look in their basket as they pass you by, or else they may sell you some queer bungle-rye, ruddy-rye. Fall-a-diddle-die, ruddy-rye, ruddy-rye.
Kurt said, wink, tip, and sip, and then he said, I'm stealing that one.
Yeah, I like that.
I had to stretch my leg out. I got a Charlie horse in this leg.
Yeah, and
It hurt.
Lynn took a fall on Thursday, and
put my foot on the...
is on some medication, so she's a little drowsy here.
I'm not drinking much wine.
No, well, especially not that kind.
No, but that's what that stretching the leg out thing going, ow, was about. Yeah, I turned my foot.
She stepped on a dog toy. It's
Yes,
called a Kong, and we've got real big ones for our Great Dane, and it was just weird.
I was moving a little too fast, so then I reached for the rocking chair, which is the perfect thing to grab, of course. And so down it came, too.
Yeah,
And that landed on me, so I was just, it was one of those days. I'm okay, nothing broken, just sore. Muscles are sore.
Right. Yeah, and she's got some bad bruising.
Yeah.
So we're limping along, literally. I'm taking all the dogs out.
Oh, yes.
Which, fortunately, Indy is not jealous about. Lulu would have
that's
hated
good.
that.
She would have hated it.
Yeah, she would have.
I appreciate the help, too.
Here, for the person who requested whiskey in a jar, here it comes.
I believe that was Pinky.
I believe that was Pinky. Yeah, I think it was. I apologize for. I'm playing this in C for those who would like to play along. This is the Dubliners version once again.
Yes, it was Pinky.
Okay.
I have to go back and check.
As I was a-going over the far-famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and then produced me rapier, saying, stand and deliver, for you are a boldest saber, mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-die. Whack fall the daddy-o, whack fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket, and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack fall the daddy-o, whack fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went unto my chamber all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of golden jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny drew me charges, and she filled 'em up with water, then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Wish-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning when I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she'd stolen away me rapier. I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Wish-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, 'tis me brother in the army. If I can find a station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll go with me, we'll go roaming through Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'll treat me better than me own me sportin' Jenny. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. There's some that take delight in the carriages a-rollin', and others take delight in the hurly and the bowlin'. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courtin' pretty fair maids in the mornin' bright and early. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Mush-a-ring-dum-doo-dum-da, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, whack-fall-da-daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
I love that. That's good.
We've had a lot of really great comments, and some people who haven't been with us for a while. We sure appreciate everybody stopping by today. And
yes.
If you're listening and you haven't commented, we'd love to get to know you and find out a little bit about you, where you're from, and all of that. So don't be shy. By all means, leave us a comment.
Jenny Lee said, Lynn, my deepest sympathies. I'm good at finding new and interesting ways of doing things to myself. I joke that my hobby is keeping my doctors' lives interesting. I hope you feel better soon. I don't feel too bad unless I get a Charlie horse. You know, that was it was rough. Most of the time it's just sore a little bit. And Kurt said, but thank you. And Kurt said, whiskey in the jar, glass, tummy. Yes.
Yeah, anywhere. Anywhere except on the floor.
We don't
like
whiskey
spill it,
on
whatever
the
you
floor,
do.
no.
Oh.
Kurt said, good stuff.
Thanks,
Indeed.
Kurt. Anyway, leave us a comment if you would. And if you haven't already done so and you're able to play a CD, we'd appreciate it if you'd go over to autoharpdownhome.com and pick up a copy of our CD, which is called Forever Friends.
It's on the crawler. You can see on the crawler.
See on the crawler all about it. We'd really appreciate your help on that. If you can play a CD, or you know somebody who might like songs about dogs, it traces the ownership of dogs from the time we pick out a puppy till the time we have to say goodbye for one reason or another. And all of the proceeds, that's the money less what it costs us to ship them, goes to Southeastern Guide Dogs in Palmetto, Florida, who trained my latest, greatest guide dog, Indy. So if you haven't already done so, stop by over there and check it out. We'd really appreciate it. We also have a YouTube channel which has most of our shows on it. I'll catch it up here shortly. And so if you have friends who aren't on Facebook that you would like to turn on to us, by all means, have them go over there and subscribe to the Autoharp Down Home YouTube channel. And that's enough commercials.
But I got a couple comments.
Okay.
Regarding alcohol on the floor, Kurt
Yes.
said that's alcohol abuse.
That's what it is,
That
yes.
is.
It absolutely is.
And Terry Linder is with us.
Hey,
Hello,
Terry.
my two lovely friends.
How are ya?
Notes and a green heart and a bunny rabbit and a rose and a star. Wow. Lots of little ones sent our way. And Dan Wolking.
Hey,
is here
Dan.
With us. He said, as usual, Saturday is being a bit crazy. Did find a window of opportunity to check in for a few. Is it a 5-7? Sounds great.
Sounds good. Yeah, I had to kind of wing it with the controls here. We'll get together and do it right. I found a couple of things that brought back some balance and everything, but anyway, I'm glad you came, Dan. I really am. I appreciate you stopping by. I know Saturdays are insanely busy for you guys.
Lara said, did you know the Johnny Jump Up? Or do you know?
I don't, Laura. I don't. I wish I could play that for you. But if write it down.
Yes.
And hey, that's a great lead-in for the next thing I wanted to bring up. We are putting together an all-request show. So if you have songs, and we've been working on this for several shows now. So if you have something you'd like to hear me play that I've played before, or that you'd like to hear me try to play with whatever result may occur, let us know in a comment. And we're going to we've got just about enough songs to do a whole show full of requests, and we're going to do it probably not next show, but the show after, or maybe the show after that, because
That's soon.
I want time to practice them all and do them right. Because if you requested them, I want to do my best on them. So if you have anything you'd like to hear, I don't do Shostakovich or Stravinsky or anything like that.
Nothing like that. Oh. Okay, because that was, the Rite of Spring was right on the tip.
It's right on the
tongue.
tip, yeah. Or,
Kurt said, Dan introduced me back in the Dark Ages. Fine musician, good man.
he is indeed.
Yes, he is.
You bet.
That's my brother, Dan Wolking.
I call him my brother too. We're
Yes,
just
he's
brothers
our
with
brother.
different mothers.
Yes.
Is what it is. All right, let us
And
see.
he is a fine musician.
He is
Yes.
indeed. The next song is called I'll Tell Me Ma by Philip Larson and John Mitchell Hamilton. And the artist that I heard it do it is called Shamrock. I'm playing it in D. I'll tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair, they stole me comb, but that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring the bell, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she'll die if he doesn't get the guy with the roving eye. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair, they stole me comb, but that's alright till I get home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high, and the snow come a-tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie, and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. I'll tell me ma when I go home. The boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair and they stole me comb. Well, that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she?
Wow. That's got some good picking in it.
Oh, just wait.
Flip said, only whiskey I have handy, and I'm going to ruin this word, Lapfroig. And she said, I call it Leapfrog, which is a good single malt Scots whiskey. I think we haven't...
Traitor!
I know, she said...
What's the matter with you?
I think we haven't any Irish whiskey. I don't really like Irish whiskey. It's too sweet. Well,
that helps you drink more of it. See, that's how come they can drink it all night.
Is it the
John Jameson?
Yeah,
but we can get John Jameson down here and sometimes Bushmills.
Yes.
I like it, but then maybe it's in me blood.
I like it too. Catherine
McGinty
said, thanks, I managed to play along.
Oh, good. That's great.
Jerry Burgess is here.
Hey, Jerry.
Fine, my friend. Sounds great as always. So good to have you come by. Welcome, welcome.
Indeed. And you, a long time ago, Jerry, you requested Hotel California. And I told you it couldn't be played on an Autoharp until somebody played it on an Autoharp. And I got in touch with the guy, so you're on the list for our request show. And Lynn will invite you, and
Yes.
I'll send you a friend request, too.
Especially now that I've figured out how to do that.
Yeah. And I'll send you a friend request, so, one of us will invite you. But you're going to get your wish after all, Jerry. I figured it out.
Lara said, Dad's getting Jameson for his birthday. Oh, very, very good.
That's nice.
And Jerry said, awesome. Okay.
This is called The Wild Rover. It's a traditional song. No, it's not. It's written by committee. Luke Kelly, Ronald Joseph Drew, Barney McKenna, and somebody called DP. Don't know who he is. Anyway, so this is played in F. It's called The Wild Rover. I've been a wild rover for many's the year, and I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. I went to a nail house I used to frequent. I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom of yours I can have any day, and it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. I brought from me pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskey and made to the best, and the words that you told me were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And when they've caressed me as oft times before, I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more.
Pretty. Yeah. Terry Linder said wonderful.
Thanks, Terry. And by the way, if you haven't already done so, go on over to Periscope Musicians. Terry posts live over there a lot, and there are a lot of other good musicians. It's a group dedicated to live online performances. And I haven't tried to do one over there yet because I'm not quite sure how to get it done. But I will figure it out.
Phyllis Gula.
Hello, Phyllis.
She said that was great.
Oh, welcome. I'm glad you liked it. It's great to have you with us today.
Yes. I hope I said your name right, because I can mess that up. Gula.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome.
Indeed, very much so.
She said, hi, tuned in a bit late.
Well,
but,
I'm glad you came.
But glad to catch you.
Indeed.
And then she said, you did, as in I think I said, I did it right. Said
Okay.
your name right. Yes.
Here's a song played in the key of C, written by a guy from Liverpool, England, named Anthony Murphy. So neither side in this deal can get mad at Anthony. It's done by the Irish Rovers. It's called The Orange and the Green. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Oh, me father was an Ulsterman, proud Protestant was he. My mother was a Catholic girl from County Cork was she. They were married in 2 churches and lived happily enough until the day that I was born and things got rather rough. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Baptized by Father Riley, I was rushed away by car to be made a little orange man, me father's shining star. I was christened David Anthony, but still in spite of that, I was christened David Anthony, but still in spite of that, my father called me David and me mother called me Pat. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. With mother every Sunday to Mass I'd proudly stroll. Then after that the Orange Lodge would try to save my soul. for both sides tried to claim me, but I was smart because I played the flute, I played the harp, depending on where I was. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Now when I'd sing those rebel songs, much to me mother's joy, me father would jump up and said, "Look here, will ye, me boy, that's quite enough of that, lad," and he'd toss me a coin, and he'd have me sing the orange flute of the heroes of Loin. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. One day me father, one day me mother's relations came to visit me, right when my father's relations were sitting down to tea. We tried to smooth things over, but they all began to fight. And me being strictly neutral, I bashed everyone in sight. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Now my parents never could agree about my type of school. My learning was all done at home, that's why I'm such a fool. They both passed on, God rest them, but they left me between that awful color problem of the orange and the green. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that we have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Yes, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green.
Nice there. At the end, that instrumental part.
Oh, glad you liked that.
And Catherine McKinty, Wild Rover was my husband's favorite song.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to play it for you. I hope it brought back many pleasant memories.
And Phyllis said applauding hands, clapping hands.
All right. This song was done by one of those. I'm about to lose my microphone here. There we go. Was done by one of those a cappella bands, and so it's not an authentic Irish song. But I have to inject at least a little bit of humor in here. I can't get through a show without a little bit of humor. This is played in C, and it's called Another Irish Drinking Song. And it's the artists call themselves the Da Vinci's Notebook.
Really?
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Gather round, you lads and lasses, and sit you for a while, and hearken to me mournful tale about the Emerald Isle. Let's all raise our glasses high to friends and family gone, and lift our voices in another Irish drinking song. Consumption took me mother, and me father got the pox. Me brother drank the whiskey till he wound up in a box. Me other brother in the troubles met with his demise. Me sister has forever closed her smiling Irish eyes. Now everybody's died, and so until the tears are dry, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Kenny was killed in Kilkenny, and Claire, she died in Clare. Hang on a second. Kenny was killed in Kilkenny, and Clare, she died in Clare. Tip from Tipperary died out in the Derriere. Shannon jumped into the river Shannon back in June. Ernie fell into the urn, and Tommy's in the tomb. Cleanliness is godliness, me Uncle Pat would say. He broke his neck a-slippin' on a bar of Irish Spring. O'Grady, he was 80, though his bride was just a pup. He died upon the honeymoon when she got his Irish up. Hey, now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Joe Murphy fought with Riley into the cliffs of Alderney. He took out his shillelagh and he stabbed him in the spleen. Well, crazy Uncle Mike thought he was a leprechaun, but in fact he's just a leper and his arms and legs are gone. When Timmy Johnson broke his neck, it was a crying shame. He wasn't really Irish, but he went to Notre Dame. McNamara crossed the street and by a bus was hit, but he was just a Scotsman, so nobody gave a shit. Now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Da 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 da. Olé! Me drunken Uncle Brendan tried to drive home from the bar. The road rose up to meet him when he fell out of his car. Irony was what befell me great-granduncle Sam. He choked upon the very last potato in the land. Connor lived in Ulster town, he used to smuggle arms until the British killed him and cut off his lucky charms. And dear old Father Flanagan, who left the Lord's employ, drunk on sacramental wine beneath the altar, boy. Hey, now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Someday soon I'll leave this world of pain and toil and sin. The Lord will take me by the hand to join all of me kin. The only wish is when the Savior comes for me and you. He kills the cancer, he kills the cast of Riverdance and Michael Flatley too. Now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again. Then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again.
My goodness. Pinky said, thanks for the tunes and a happy St. Paddy's Day to both of you, George and Lynn.
Well, thank you, Pinky.
And I am back to the insulation attic, but she added, would like to tell you the best St. Patrick's celebration I had was in Mexico.
Really? That's odd.
The Mexicans loved the Irish when they were battling for California.
Oh, okay.
The Irish joined the Mexicans, and it was said if they had just 100 more Irish, they would have won the battle for California.
Well, that could be. But the Irish,
might
they
have been
talk
bragging.
about the luck of the Irish, but the Irish have been involved in more lost causes than any other group that I know of. God
We're
love
gonna
them.
need some luck with that 100, too, I guess. But they do. I hate to say that they do have a tendency to brag a bit. The Irish, I think, unless
Not at all. No.
not at all, not at all. But no, that's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. At least that's the way the Irish tell it. This song is played in the key of G. It's called The Bog Down in the Valley-O. Okay, so we've got a part for you. And I'm testing this against you because I think I'm going to play it live here one of these days. Here's your part. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Okay. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. One more time, then we'll start out. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Now, you're going to have to sing it a little faster than that.
Oh no.
All right, here we go. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. In this bog there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog, bog down in the valley-o. And on this tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, a limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. And on this limb there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. And on this branch there was a twig, a rare twig. That's hard to say, especially if you've had a little wild Irish rose.
Well.
And on this branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. On this twig there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. And on this nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg. The egg on the nest, and the nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o. And in this egg there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, the bird and the egg on the nest, and the nest on the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley-o.
ho, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
And on this bird there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather, feather on the bird, and the bird and the egg in the nest, and the nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the bog down in the valley, oh.
Ho, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
On this feather there was a flea, rare flea, rattling flea, flea on the feather, and the feather on the bird, and the bird and the egg in the nest, and the nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the bog, tree in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh.
Ho, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, roll the rattling bog,
the bog down in
the valley, oh.
Oh, well, be Nashville.
I finally got it there toward the end. Talk about getting tangled up. And Pinky said LOL on the last thing we were talking about with the Mexicans and, and all with the
Oh, my.
with the Irish.
Where are we on time?
Yeah, almost 2:50, 2:49.
We're gonna go way long unless I cut some songs.
That's going to be hard for me to do.
Yeah, I know.
So
No, we're not going to do that. Let's see. What do I want to do? Well, here is a song. We'll try to get through as many of these as we can. This is by Briarfolk. It was written by Pete St. John in the 70s. It's called The Fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they are taking you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Lo, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love is on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling as the prison ship sailed out out against the sky. For she lives to hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Wow. That was pretty.
This song was sung by Jeremy Max Finder and a host of others. The Dubliners and the Pogues did this. On the 4th day of July, on the 4th of July, 1806, we set sails from the sweet Cove of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of Brit for the Grand City Hall in New York. 'Twas a wonderful craft, she was rigged fore and aft, and oh how the wild wind drove her. She stood several blasts, she had 27 masts, and they called her the Irish Rover. We had 1,000,000 bags of the best Sligo rag. We had 2,000,000 barrels of stone. We had 3,000,000 sides of old blind horses' hides. We had 4,000,000 barrels of bone. We had 5,000,000 hogs, 6,000,000 dogs, 7,000,000 barrels of porter. We had 8,000,000 bales of old nanny goat's tails in the hold of the Irish Rover. There was old Mickey Coot who played hard on his flute. When the ladies lined up for a set, he would tool with skill for his sparkling quadrilles. Though the dancers were feathered and bet, with his smart witty talk he was cock of the walk. And he rolled the dames under and over. They all knew at a glance when he took up his stance that he sailed in the Irish Rover. There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGirt, who was scared stiff of work, and a man from West Meath called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and Fighting Bill Tracy from Dover, and German McCann from the banks of the Bann. The skipper on the Irish Rover. For the sailor it's always a bother in life. It's so lonesome by night and by day that he longs for the shore and a pretty young horse to melt all his troubles away. Oh, the noise and the round, swilling for poteen and stout. For him soon the torment's over. For the love of the maid he was never afraid. That old salt from the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out, and the ship lost its way in the fog. And that whale of a crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock. The bulkhead was turned over and over, turned 9 times around, and that poor old dog was drowned. And the last of the Irish Rovers. This one is in G. I don't know who wrote it. Clancy Brothers recorded it. It's called The Moonshiner. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I've been a moonshiner for many a year. I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. I'll go to some hollow, I'll set up my still, and I'll make you a gallon for a 10-shilling bill. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I'll go to some hollow in this country. 10 gallons a wash, I can go on a spree. No woman to follow, the world is all mine. I love none so well as I love the moonshine. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Oh, moonshine, dear moonshine, oh, how I love thee. You killed me, oh, father, but you try me. Now bless all moonshiners and bless all moonshine. Their breath smells as sweet as the dew on the vine. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
I like that one.
Okay.
We are at 3 right now.
All right. Any comments?
No, not since I think they know that we
Yeah, we're trying
have a few
to.
songs trying to catch up.
Well, I'm going to just play the ones I haven't played before, and not play. I had Mama Was a Moonshine Man and The Moonshine Can, written by Ian and Sylvia. But I've played both of those in previous shows. So
Ziggy said, thanks, George and Lynn, for the hugely enjoyable concert. If I manage to stay awake, I'll see you again in 3.5 hours.
Indeed. Well, get a little rest, Ziggy. It would be, and I hope to see you this evening.
And Phyllis said, great show today. Thank you, Phyllis.
Oh, you're welcome,
We're having a lot of fun.
We aren't quite.
No, I'm just saying I'm all right, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't want to go.
About
we've got way too. We would go way over if we did all of these.
Okay.
So I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do "Oh Danny Boy" and call it a day.
Okay. Well,
the other 2 can be heard elsewhere.
yes.
This is called "I'm a Rover." Let me give you the back cell.
Yeah.
Don't know who wrote it, and don't know who did it.
There you go. That was so important to
there you go. Don't want you to miss a thing.
That's right.
I'm a rover. In G. There's many a night, there's nary a night I'm gone to ramble. There's nary a night I'm gone to roam. There's nary a night I'm gone to ramble into the arms of my own true love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. So the night be dark as dungeon, not a star can be seen above. I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of my own true love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. He stepped up to her bedroom window, kneeling gently upon a stone. He whispers through her bedroom window, my darling dear, do you lie alone? I am a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. She raised her head from her down soft pillow, with her arms around her breast. Says, what is that in my bedroom window, disturbing me at my long night rest? I am a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Says I, my love, it's your true lover. Open the door and let me in, for I am come on a long night journey, more than near drenched to the skin. I am a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. She opened the door with the greatest pleasure. She opened the door and let him in. They both shook hands and embraced each other until the morning they lay as one. I am a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Says I, my love, I must go and leave you to climb the hills, they are far above. But I will climb with the greatest pleasure, since I've been in the arms of the one I love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover by degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. How to gain my love's company.
Nice. Lara said, can you play my grandfather's clock on April 8th for my dad? He turns 89 on the 5th.
Is that a show day?
I don't know, on the 8th. April 8th.
Alexa, what day of the week is April 8th?
April 8th, 2023 is on a Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Write that down.
Yeah.
That might be a good day to do the request show. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Put that down for Laura Harden.
I am. That's a good one, but I love that song. That's the one.
That's the one you're talking about, Laura?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. All right. Well, no Irish Song Fest would be complete without.
Lara said, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. I'm going to end this with "Oh Danny Boy" in C.
Beautiful.
This is barely auto-harpable, but we're going to do our best. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Yes, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. When winter comes and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I might well be. You'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. But I shall hear, though soft you tread above me, and all my grave be soft and warmer be, and you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Oh, Danny boy, the stream flows cool and slowly, and pipes still call and echo across the glen. Your broken mother sighs and feels so lonely, for you have not returned to smile again. So if you've died and crossed the stream before us, we pray that angels met you on the shore. You'll look down and gently you'll implore us to live so we'll see your smiling face once more.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate your coming to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with us. We had a great time, and judging by the comments, y'all did too.
Yes.
We really appreciate all your company. If you can afford to put a little something in our tip jar at autoharp.down.home at gmail.com, that's our PayPal ID. We would really appreciate it. If you can't, come on back. We love you anyway.
That's right.
So In the words of the immortal Roy Rogers, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now here.
Flip said, good seeing you guys with a smile.
Oh, great to have you, Philippa.
Yep. Look forward to the next time.
Indeed. On March the 25th. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but come on back and see us.
Come on back, yes.